one of the things, again, in terms of what we want people to understand and develop the skills around, is to be influential without authority. Very important in organizations, particularly organizations that are now becoming what we call agile. Because a number of the teams we're working with, they're agile teams. So let's say you're the manager, you come in on the team, but you report to another manager, but you're on the team, right, kind of thing. So you as the leader of this team need to figure out, okay, how am I going to work with you in terms of that? Because I don't have authority, but you're on the team. And that's one of the skills that we learn. And it's big in organizations, probably in design too, right? Because you've got all different people contributing in different kinds of ways. It's a pretty important skill. So, I'm going to look at what I call the video test. I learned about the video test when I was being trained to facilitate groups by a psychiatrist and a physician. So, it'd be a group like this, maybe 20 or 30 people, we'd be doing stuff, and they say, okay, Jim, now it's your turn to go out and practice, which would freak me out, in terms of we're going to do some kind of exercise or experience with the group. So I'd go out and I'd just start doing my thing, and blah, 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 and I'd come back, and after the session, we'd have the after session sessions where they'd give me feedback. It was brutal. And they would say, how do you think you did? Oh, I think I did really well. Did you notice that you cut Judy off 4 times? She started talking and cut her. No, I didn't. Now, the other thing is that they would video the things. They'd say, roll the tape. And there it was. So, and that's where I got the idea for the video test. The video test is a very specific description of the behavior. I note, and we're going to get into this in a little bit. I notice, and you describe the behavior. And the reason for doing that, one of the main reasons, is people will get into attitudes. And if you ever try to change somebody's attitude, you're going to get attitude. But if you describe the behaviors, I noticed, and describe the behavior, it is less likely that you're going to get a negative pushback reaction. So we see this again a lot in teams where people start just saying things to people. You never do this, or you always do this, or whatever. I don't know what to do with you. I don't have authority, kind of thing. So here's what it looks like. I notice that you've been 20 minutes late for work over the last 5 days. What would you have heard in your organization a manager saying if that was going on, if it wasn't a video test kind of thing? What might you hear from a manager with somebody who's been 20 minutes late for work over the last 5 days?
Show up on time.
Show up on time.
You're late again.
You're late again. What else?
Why are you so late?
Why are you so late?
You're always late.
You're always late. Yeah, right. They always were. That's the favorite. Yeah, right. Really? Right. Now, those kinds of statements you're almost guaranteed you're going to get pushback. This reduces the possibility of pushback, but also you can address it specifically in terms of the behavior. I notice you've not been entering your time log, or your time in the log sheet over the last 8 days. Same thing. You never put in your time sheets, kind of thing. So be specific. Now, what I'd like you to do is, with this thing that you wrote down, and you're going to have to get specific with the person as you can, and see if you can describe the behavior that, in a sense, what you would like to see. I notice that, what would yours be in terms of?
Oh, mine was follow through. So probably something like, I noticed that you